Senate sets subcommittee to review tax reform bills. 12 feared dead as another explosive device planted by bandits explodes in Zamfara. Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency seals superstore for selling expired products. On the foreign scene, mystery disease kills 143 in southwest Congo. It's the news update on Trust TV. Hello and welcome. I am Aisha Salihu. Thank you for joining us. The news in detail. The Senate has constituted a committee headed by the minority leader Abba Moro to address the grey areas in the tax reform bills and report back to the committee of the whole before public hearing on the bills. The Deputy Senate President, Barau Jibrin, announced this during plenary on Wednesday. Barau, who presided over the session, said there were controversies over the bills, adding that the committee is saddled with the responsibility of consulting with the Attorney General of the Federation, the executive arm, and other critical stakeholders. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had on October 3, 2024, transmitted to the National Assembly 4 tax reform bills in a letter read by the Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas during separate plenaries of the two chambers. Tinubu said the bills would bolster Nigeria's fiscal institutions, adding that they were in line with his government's broader development objectives for the country. But Nigerians, including governors, traditional rulers, civil society organizations, some federal lawmakers, and others have kicked against the bills. Barau also named Senators Titus Zam, Oji Uzokalu, Sani Musa, Abdullahi Yahya, among others, as members of the committee.
Before the introduction of these bills, we know we've been faced with several problems, insecurity that we've been trying to solve, the president has been trying, and we'll also be working with him to solve issues about our economy, which is in line with global economic problems that we've been trying to solve. And we also agree that we shouldn't allow any other thing to come in to aggravate the problems of our country. It's on this note that has been agreed by the executive and also by us that there should be a forum that will sit with the judiciary so that we can sit down and sort out all these problems. The Attorney General of the Federation, so that we can sit and look at all the areas of disagreement and resolve them for the interest of this nation. It is therefore proposed that by tomorrow, there will be a meeting with the committee that we set up here and the leadership to sit down with the Attorney General to look at those issues and resolve them.
And to a sad development, 12 people are feared dead in Yartasha village of Maru local government area of Zamfara state after an explosive device suspected to be bomb exploded in the area. The incident, it was gathered, occurred around 8 a.m. on Wednesday after a commercial driver conveying passengers to Dansadao town ran on the device suspected to be planted by bandits. This is the second time an explosive device planted along the Dansadao road is exploding within a week after a similar device suspected to be planted by bandits exploded last Sunday after being hit by an 18-seater bus, killing only the driver on board. A resident of Yartasha village who does not want to be named, said the driver of the car, a Volkswagen Golf model, ran onto the device, which instantly exploded and scattered the vehicle into pieces. As part of efforts to boost public safety during the upcoming festive season, the Nigeria Police Forces Public Relations Officer, ACP Olumuyiwa Adejobi, has released a video aimed at raising security awareness. In the video, ACP Adejobi emphasized the need for citizens to cooperate with law enforcement agencies urging everyone to stay vigilant and prioritize safety. He said, although the festive season is a time of joy and celebration, it also presents opportunities for criminal elements to exploit security lapses. Adejobi assured that the NPF has deployed extra personnel nationwide to monitor high-risk areas, including marketplaces, religious centers, and entertainment venues, while encouraging citizens to use emergency hotlines for swift responses to security threats. The Nigeria Police Force stressed the importance of collaborative efforts in maintaining law and order during the festive season.
This time around, we're in Ember month, we always like to remind ourselves of certain things we need to take note of for our safety and for the safety of our people, and of course for perfect protection of our society in Nigeria. Anytime from September, October, November up to December, we say Ember month. Unfortunately, this period is always characterized with purported ugly incidences, which of course to me, I don't want to subscribe to that these months are full of evil things, crimes, criminality. Fine. People may want to step up their games, particularly men of the underworld. They want to step up their games this period to acquire illegally, to gather money to celebrate this period. But we know that with the effort being put in place by the police and other security agencies, we can actually suppress whatever they want to do. But we cannot do it alone. We need your support. We need the understanding. We need your cooperation to collaborate with the police and other security agencies to actually decimate the activities of these men of the underworld.
The Kogi State government has ordered the immediate closure of Zango Market and also banned roadside parking of trucks in the vicinity that is located along Lokoja-Okene Highway in Adavi local government area in the state. This was contained in a statement signed and made available to newsmen in Lokoja on Wednesday by the State Commissioner for Information and Communication, Kingsley Fanwo. The statement noted that the government took the decision in response to the growing security concerns in the area, particularly Osara and its surrounding environment. According to the statement, the state government has given market operators and truck drivers 1 week grace period starting Wednesday to adhere to these directives. Accordingly, the state governor has directed the secretary to the state government to officially communicate the order to all relevant parties, including law enforcement agencies, to ensure seamless compliance. To another sad development, 12 persons comprising 10 male adults, 1 female adult, and 1 female child lost their lives in a road crash on Tuesday along Bayamari Gaidam Road in Yobe State. The Sector Commander, Yobe State Sector Command of FRSC Corps Commander Livinus Yozum, disclosed this in a press release to journalists in Damaturu, the state capital. According to him, the crash occurred at about 10 p.m. at Kilometer 20, Chaluri Village along Bayamari Gaidam Road in the state. He further disclosed that the crash involved a stationary Herwo truck belonging to Dan Nene Construction Company and a Sharon minibus which ran into the truck and caught fire, thereby burning the 12 occupants of the bus beyond recognition. According to Yozum, preliminary investigation identified road obstruction by the Herwo truck as the immediate cause, while excessive speed and overload by the driver of the Sharon bus as the remote causes of the road crash. He admonished motorists to avoid night travels because of the danger of poor visibility, which is further compounded by the present hazy harmattan weather. The Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency has sealed Blessed Happy Homes Superstore at 6th Avenue, 13th Road, Festac Town for selling expired products. The store was also accused of violating health and safety regulations and putting customers at risk. In a post on X, The agency said the owner of the supermarket will be made to face the consequences of their misconduct.
On the 22nd of November 2024, the Monitoring and Enforcement Department of the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency, in the course of its monitoring responsibilities, was at the Festac area, and in the course of doing their monitoring, they entered a supermarket called Happy Home Superstores around Festac, and in the course of monitoring, a lot of expired products were found. And it's very unfortunate that we still persist in this part of the world to be doing this, because considering the numbers of products that are found, even baby food that have expired since 2023 were found in their displayed for sale, and other consumables. And it's very unfortunate that things are like this are still happening. They were invited to the office. Unfortunately, they did not come. So we had no cause just to revert to the court. We approached the court and we got an order to seal the place.
Still in the southwest region of the country, members of the Independent National Identification Agents Union in Nigeria's southwest region have protested an alleged non-payment of their 2 years commission and unlawful invalidation of their operational licenses by the leadership of the National Identity Management Commission. The group, led by Taiwo Odebumi, who spoke on behalf of over 120 affected agents, called for the swift intervention of President Bola Tinubu's led federal government on the issue. Speaking with newsmen in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, Odebumi said the hardship that they have been subjected to as a result of the non-payment of the commission and invalidation of their operational licenses have made life most uncomfortable and unbearable for its members.
They gave us a proposal, but they said NIMC required a special equipment for that purpose. And most of us that are businessmen don't have such equipment. And when we were told the cost of the procurement of the equipment, which was over 4 million naira, we said there was no way we could get it. Our employer now decided that and discussed with NIMC that they can approach NASA Microfinance Bank and work out a program whereby it will benefit us, and from our enrollment we will be repaying the loan. We received training from NIMC for about a month before we were finally engaged.
Now to bilateral relations. Nigeria and South Africa have fully operationalized the Joint Ministerial Advisory Council on Industry, Trade and Investment to enhance economic cooperation between the two leading African economies. President Cyril Ramaphosa disclosed the decision on Tuesday in Cape Town, South Africa, at the Nigeria-South Africa Business Roundtable. At the roundtable, President Bola Tinubu assured that Nigeria is open for business and ready to provide stability, security, and the rule of law for businesses to thrive. At the event, attended by business leaders, government officials, and trade stakeholders, President Tinubu expressed commitment to address issues discouraging South African investors from growing their businesses and franchises in Nigeria, and called on South Africa to reciprocate by allowing Nigerian companies to operate and flourish in South Africa. President Tinubu assured that Nigerian officials would continue collaborating with their South African counterparts to facilitate the implementation of the agreed mandates under the Bi-National Commission. And now moving on to other stories. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun this Wednesday presented the 2025 appropriation bill before the State House of Assembly. Tagged Budget of Hope and Prosperity, the proposed budget is expected to be channeled towards critical infrastructure development in the state, like road infrastructure, healthcare delivery, and security, among others. Governor Dakwa Abiodun said this has become imperative to improve the frontiers of socio-economic development of the state to promote ease of doing business. He solicited the understanding and cooperation of all stakeholders to ensure the success of the fiscal year. The 2023 National Population Census, a crucial exercise, was indefinitely postponed by the previous administration, leaving a trail of allegedly wasted resources and unanswered questions. Despite significant investments of over 200 billion naira in planning, the census was halted. Trustee Vice Adamuima reports on the impact of this delay and the concerns raised by residents and experts. The report.
Preparations for the 2023 census began in 2014, with a substantial portion of the 200 billion budget allocated before the current administration took office. The procurement of digital equipment and the training of ad hoc staff for the 774 local government areas were well underway when the abrupt postponement occurred. This decision, influenced by the country's economic challenges, has sparked reactions from Nigerians.
A lot of money has been budgeted, not just government, development partners, countries from around the world have contributed, United Nations and everybody have contributed huge amount of money in materials and even technical assistance. Materials, huge facilities have been provided for this particular census. But almost all the people are wondering what happened, because there was a time I recall when people were recruited, they are even trained. Some of them were even given some stipends, allowances, expecting that this exercise was going to kickstart. But all of a sudden, it has gone behind the curtain.
I don't even think the budget that during the Buhari administration that they did, that we still have that budget with the mismanagement. I don't think that budget is still there. So if government is coming in now, it's a new budget. The equipment government procured during that time, I don't think those equipment will work at this time, because where did you store those equipment? We are very poor in handling of equipment. So I think it is a new thing. Government is looking at it as if it's a big burden.
Demographic experts such as Dr. Yahaya Yakubu from Sazu University, Bauchi, expressed concerns about relying on speculation and assumptions rather than concrete data. They highlighted the rapid population growth, particularly due to rural-urban migration, as a significant challenge that requires accurate population data for effective policy making.
If you don't know the population, the actual population of a state, how will you be able to distribute actually what a particular state deserves? So these are all issues that the federal government needs to look into and see the importance of conducting this census. The last time we had this census was 2006, and the population of Nigeria as of then was around 160 million or thereabout.
As Nigerians grapple with these issues, the need for a timely and accurate population census becomes increasingly evident. The government must prioritize this critical exercise to inform development planning and address the nation's growing population. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
And to developments in business, the Naira on Tuesday appreciated to 1,725 Naira per dollar in the parallel market from 1,730 Naira per dollar on Monday. However, the Naira was stable at 1,672 Naira 69 kobo per dollar in the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market. Data from FMDQ showed that the indicative exchange rate for the Naira has maintained stability since Monday. The volume of dollars traded decreased by 18.2% to $207.86 million from $254.1 million traded on Monday. Consequently, the margin between the parallel market and NAFEM rate narrowed to 52.31 Naira per dollar from 57.31 Naira per dollar on Monday. Away from Nigeria, A flu-like disease that has killed dozens of people over 2 weeks is being investigated in southwestern Congo, local authorities said. The deaths were recorded between November 10 and November 25 in the Panzi Health Zone of Kwango Province. Provincial Health Minister Apolline Yumba told reporters over the weekend that symptoms include fever, headache, cough, and anemia. The Deputy Provincial Governor, Remy Saki, told the Associated Press on Tuesday that between 67 and 143 people had died. He said a team of epidemiological experts is expected in the region to take samples and identify the problem, he added. Yumba advised the population to exercise caution and refrain from contact with dead bodies to avoid contamination. Still on the foreign scene, families are recovering the bodies of their loved ones from a morgue at the Guinean city of Nzerekore following a deadly stadium stampede that claimed dozens of lives. Chaos broke out when fans protested a referee's call and thousands tried to flee the stadium. According to local media reports, security forces used tear gas, with some key eyewitnesses saying law enforcement agencies failed to help them leave the stadium. Tens of thousands had gathered to watch a match between local teams who were competing in a national tournament. The country's prime minister has insisted that authorities are trying to work out who is responsible for the incident. In sports, the match day 2 game of the CAF Confederation Cup between Enyimba International and Zamalek of Egypt is under big doubt. Media figure in Egypt, Khaled El Gando, revealed a major financial crisis at Zamalek club as the first football team players are suffering from delayed payments. El Gando said during an interview that the situation inside the club has become unstable due to the delay in payment of players' salaries. According to the statements, Zamalek players demanded to receive advance payments on their contracts for the new season, especially since they have not received any financial dues since the beginning of the current season. Al-Gando indicated that the players went to the team's football director, Abdel Wahid Al-Sayed, requesting his intervention to resolve the crisis. The game against Enyimba International is scheduled for the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo. Also, the match day 16 game involving Kwara United and Enyimba International has been postponed. The game was postponed due to the involvement of the People's Elephant in the CAF Confederation Cup. They will host Zamalek of Egypt at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo on Sunday. The same day the league match is supposed to take place, Kwara United disclosed that in a statement wrote on X. More on sports, West Bromwich Albion will not cash in on Josh Maja in January, according to the Baggies expert Callum Burgess. The Nigerian has impressed in the Sky Bet Championship this season, netting 10 times for Albion. Maja is currently the leading scorer in the championship. Burgess believed West Brom's hard stance on Tom Fellows last summer showed they are tough to negotiate with, adding that remaining at the Hawthorns would be best for the striker at this stage of his career. And that's about the size of our package for you on the news update on Trust TV at this hour. Remember, you can always follow us across all of our social media platforms and also join our YouTube live stream for more news, programs, and documentary. I am Aisha Salihu. Thank you so much for watching.